There is a letter that does something to car enthusiasts that no other letter in the automotive world quite manages. One letter. And when BMW puts it in front of a number, the price goes up, the performance goes up, and for a certain kind of person, the heart rate goes up with it. That letter is M. And what it means, what it has always meant, is far more specific than most people realize. To understand the M cars, you need to understand where M came from. In 1972, BMW created a motorsport division. The goal was simple and serious: go racing, win races, and use what was learned on the track to make better road cars. The division was called BMW Motorsport GmbH, later shortened to BMW M GmbH. The first car to carry the M badge on a production road vehicle was the M1, a mid-engine supercar built in 1978 that looked like nothing else BMW had ever made. It was exotic, it was limited, and it established something important. The M badge was not going to be a trim level. It was going to mean something. Today, the M lineup spans from the compact M2 all the way up to the M8, with a range of models in between that cover nearly every segment BMW sells. But they are not all the same, and understanding the differences between them is where things get genuinely interesting. Start with the M2. The M2 is the smallest M car currently in production, and for a large number of enthusiasts, it is the most honest one. It is built on the 2 Series platform, which means it is compact, relatively lightweight by modern standards, and designed around the idea that driving enjoyment comes from a car that responds directly to what you ask of it. The current M2 uses a 3.0-liter turbocharged straight-six engine producing 453 horsepower, the same S58 engine found in the larger M3 and M4. It comes exclusively as a coupe, and it is rear-wheel drive only, and it is available with either a 6-speed manual gearbox or an 8-speed automatic. The manual gearbox in an M car is increasingly rare, and its presence in the M2 is part of why so many driving enthusiasts treat it as the spiritual heart of the current M range. The M3 and M4 are the cars that most people think of first when they think of M. They have been the benchmark of the range for decades. The M3 is a 4-door sedan, the M4 is a 2-door coupe, and both share the same engine, the same chassis, and the same mechanical underpinnings. The current generation uses the S58 engine in 2 states of tune. The standard M3 and M4 produce 503 horsepower. The competition variants produce 530 horsepower. The X-Drive versions with all-wheel drive push that same output but add the stability and traction of power going to all 4 wheels. For a long time, the M3 came only with rear-wheel drive and a manual gearbox. That is no longer the only option, which has divided enthusiast opinion considerably. But the performance numbers are undeniable. The M3 Competition X-Drive can reach 60 miles per hour from a standstill in 3.4 seconds. Moving up the range, the M4 CSL deserves specific mention. CSL stands for Coupe Sport Lightweight, a designation with serious heritage going back to the original 3.0 CSL of the 1970s. The current M4 CSL uses the same S58 engine tuned to 543 horsepower, sheds significant weight through the use of carbon fiber components and the removal of the rear seats, and is limited in production. It is not a car you daily drive. It is a car you buy to drive on a track, and to remind yourself occasionally on a Sunday morning, on an empty road, what a focused, uncompromised driving machine actually feels like. The M5 is where the M range meets genuine luxury. Built on the 5 Series platform, the M5 is a full-size performance sedan that has been produced since 1985 and is widely considered one of the greatest performance cars ever made across its various generations. The current M5 uses a 4.4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine, producing 617 horsepower in standard form and 627 horsepower in competition specification. It comes with all-wheel drive as standard and can be configured to run in rear-wheel drive mode for those who want a more traditional M experience. The M5 is the car that answers the question of whether you can have everything. Enough space for 4 adults, a proper boot, the ability to cross a continent in comfort, and then arrive at a track day and embarrass cars that cost twice as much. The M5 CS takes that formula and removes the compromises. CS stands for Club Sport, and the M5 CS was, for a brief period, the most powerful production M car BMW had ever built, producing 627 horsepower and weighing significantly less than the standard M5 through the use of carbon ceramic brakes and lightweight materials throughout. It was limited in production and is already appreciating in value. The M8 sits at the top of the range. It is built on the 8 Series platform, which means it is a grand tourer at heart, designed for long journeys at high speed and considerable comfort. The M8 uses the same 4.4-liter V8 as the M5, producing 617 horsepower in standard form and 625 horsepower in competition specification. It comes as a coupe, a convertible, and a Gran Coupe, which is the 4-door version. The M8 Competition Gran Coupe is a remarkable machine in the sense that it attempts to be a full-size luxury 4-door that can also lap a circuit at genuinely rapid pace. Whether that compromise fully succeeds depends on what you prioritize. As a Grand Tourer, it is exceptional. As a driver's car in the way the M2 or M3 is a driver's car, it is softer around the edges. There are also the M Performance models, which sit below the full M cars in the lineup. These carry an M badge but are not built by BMW GmbH in the same way. Models like the M24OI, the M34OI, the M44OI, and the X3M4OI are tuned and enhanced versions of standard BMW models. They receive upgraded engines, sportier suspension, and M-specific styling, but they are not developed to the same brief as the full M cars. BMW is clear about this distinction, even if the marketing sometimes blurs it. The full M cars are the M2, M3, M4, M5, M6, and M8. What all the full M cars share, despite their differences in size and purpose, is a development philosophy. Every M car goes through an extended engineering and testing program at the Nürburgring, the 12.9-mile circuit in Germany that is considered the most demanding test track in the world. Lap times at the Nurburgring are not just numbers to BMW M engineers, they are the standard against which the cars are measured. When BMW says an M car handles, they mean it has been proven to handle on a circuit where the margin for error is genuinely small. The S58 engine that now powers the M2, M3, and M4 was developed specifically by BMW M and shares almost nothing with any engine in the standard BMW lineup. The carbon fiber roof on the M4 is not a styling exercise. It lowers the center of gravity. The active exhaust systems on M cars are tuned specifically for acoustic character, at different engine speeds. These are not marketing decisions. They are engineering decisions that happen to also be marketing decisions. The M cars are not for everyone, which is exactly why they are for someone. In a market increasingly moving toward electric vehicles, driver assistance systems, and autonomous features, the M cars represent something increasingly specific. A manufacturer that still believes the act of driving is worth optimizing for. Whether that belief remains commercially sustainable over the next decade is an open question. But for now, when you see that badge, you know exactly what it means. One letter and everything behind it.